car behind me is the new MINI Aceman. It's a kind of mashup between the Mini Hatch and the MINI Countryman. It's a middle ground, an all-electric small SUV. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know. I'm Richard Ingram, and this is Auto Express. So what is it that we are looking at here? Well, this is, as mentioned, a small electric SUV. So it rivals cars like the Volvo EX30, the Jeep Avenger, and all of those small Stellantis SUVs, as well as stuff like the Ford Puma Gen-E that is coming very soon. Prices, well, they start from under £32,000. So actually, you're not paying an awful lot more than you do for the 3-door Mini Hatch, and you get those extra rear doors and a little bit more space inside. It obviously is an SUV, so you do get some of those SUV styling cues like the cladding, but it's still a Mini at heart. So you've got these kind of squared off but still quite round headlamps. You've got that grille, big chunky wheels on this model, loads of cool details like that Mini badge down there. And then if we come round to the rear, again, standard Mini at the back. You've got really cool lighting signatures. This one's the Aceman S, so you get that little yellow S on the back. A little bit more power, a little bit more range as well. But yeah, recognisable as a Mini from 100 feet. Inside, well, fans of the original modern Mini back in 2001 will love the layout. This thing is super cool, super premium, just really cutting edge. You've got a big central screen here that mimics the Speedo from the original. It's all pretty cool, pretty responsive. Now, my hands are pretty cold, so actually that's not doing it any favours at all, but overall that screen is pretty responsive. You've got a big chunky steering wheel. This one's got a head-up display, so you can obviously see your speed through there, but if you don't have the head-up display, you have to look at your speed through here. So you have been warned, that is a worthwhile option. The fabrics on here are lovely, you know, really easy way to give a really premium feel in here. Probably hides a load of cheaper materials underneath, but to be honest, I don't really mind. You've got a few buttons down here for things like the drive modes, that's the on-off switch, and the gear lever, a few physical buttons for the rear, the mister, and then because this is an electric car, you've got loads of space as well. So you've got storage under there, some wireless charging, cup holders, bit of storage under there. That's just going to get filled with parking tickets, I'm sure. But look at these seats. Everything just feels so premium. You've got these cool touches here, like the contrasting piping. It is just such a cool, funky place to be. We really, really like it. It's a huge thumbs up for the interior. Did you know that you can sell your car through Auto Express? With decades of unrivaled experience and trusted reviews behind us, you can sell your car with confidence, knowing that we know what makes your car valuable. No nonsense, just unrivaled expertise. Get your honest and true valuation in the link in the description below. Now, I know I said it's a big thumbs up for the interior, but that actually only really goes for the front rather than the back. Now, that's not in terms of quality, that's still pretty decent. The seats are lovely and cushioned, but there's just not enough space. I am just over 6 foot tall and my head is brushing against the ceiling here, and I don't have much knee room either. There are a few little practical touches. You've got some pockets in the backs of the doors, not really much in the way of door bins, but down here in the center console, you've got a cup holder and a couple of USB ports. But that overall, it's not really good enough for what is supposed to be a small family SUV. You know, if you've got your kids back here, even they are going to feel hemmed in. So thumbs up for the front, thumbs down for the back. Next up, we come to the boot. Now, Mini claims 300 litres back there. It's not huge. I would say I've seen cars with 300 litres that have a little bit more real world room, but you do have some storage under there for the cables. You can squeeze them in. There's no frunk in this car, so yeah, nothing that you can put under the bonnet, but the seats do fold 60/40, which is a useful feature, which can open up a bit more room. But cars like the Jeep Avenger and any of those Stellantis products like the Peugeot 2008, they're bigger. You've got a couple of powertrain options with the MINI Aceman. You can go for the MINI Aceman E or the MINI Aceman SE, which is what we've got here. The base car gets a 42.5 kilowatt hour battery and a range of 192 miles. But in the real world, it's likely to be a little bit less than that, unfortunately. So we would recommend stepping up to the SE, which gives you officially 252 miles of range from a 54.2 kilowatt hour battery. It also gives you a little bit more power. So with 215 bhp, 0 to 62 takes just over 7 seconds. So this does feel like quite a nippy car. That is absolutely the one that we would go for. Gives you the best blend of range and performance. Now, as we know, the MINI Aceman is electric. It's only available as an electric car. So that means that charging matters. And well, like the original Mini Electric and the newer one, it's only really middle of the pack when it comes to rapid top-up times. This car tops out at 95 kilowatts, a peak charging speed of 95 kilowatts, and the Aceman E, the base car, is a little bit slower. Now that means a 10 to 80% charge takes around half an hour, which, okay, is pretty much on par with its competitors. But if you look at slightly larger cars, I'm thinking of the Volkswagen ID.3, those cars charge faster at 120, 130, 150 kilowatts or more. So if you're doing lots of long journeys or fast charging is important to you, then we might advise looking elsewhere. But I suppose a lot of you will be wondering, does the MINI Aceman have that Mini magic? You know, that fun to drive feeling, that go-kart feeling that all Minis have had since the day dot? And well, the answer is a resounding yes. This is a fun car over and above everything else. It's front wheel drive, but turn-in is super sharp. It's got loads of grip. It's fast. It's fun. But it's also not very comfortable. It bounces about quite a lot. The ride is really quite firm, and I think for some people that might be a deal breaker, so make sure you test drive one before you sign on the dotted line. For a lot of people, this will be the perfect urban runaround, but a Volvo EX30 is definitely more comfortable. The MINI Aceman then is a really talented small SUV, and there's plenty to recommend about this car. It's got bags of personality, and let's be honest, that's the reason that a lot of people are going to buy this thing. It's got a fantastic interior, that screen, the tech, the fabrics they use, the quality inside is next level and really does set this car apart from its rivals. But then on the flip side, space in the back, well, it's not particularly good, and well, ride comfort, it's really the wrong side of firm, and those two things potentially could hold us back from buying one. But if you want a car, as I say, with loads of personality, that drives well, that offers a decent range and, well, competitive charging, then the MINI Aceman could well be the small electric SUV for you.